taste. And I'm going to start by just welcoming. Hopefully, there's some people here with your samples in your hands. I have a pink drink here, and I like to drink it in like 12 to 16 ounces of water. If you want it stronger, use less. If you want it a little more diluted, use more water. But super simple. I do this all the time. You can stir it up, mix, shake it in your water bottle. If you have hunger control slim, then it can be a little more clumpy. And so having something to shake it in is really helpful to help it dissolve a little bit, and using lukewarm water. And then add your ice or colder water after you've dissolved it a little bit. So that's just a little side note, a little tip. Really, really excited for you to jump in, try your products, and start your new health journey. It can be the best decision. I know it was for me and many of us on here. I want to talk a little bit about the benefits and what you're doing, like why use these for your body. We have a system called Triplex, and it's slim. It's the probiotic and a magnesium vitamin C supplement. Those three together work synergistically in your body to balance your blood sugar, improve your gut microbiome, and decrease inflammation, increase nutrient absorption. All those things are critical for us to have, like, think of them as pillars for your health. And we so often have them all out of whack and unbalanced from our diet, from toxin exposure, medications, poor sleep, stress, like all these things can just wreak havoc on our body. So these products are able to balance out these imbalances. And that's why you'll hear an array of so many stories. It's not a magic fix, but when you are correcting those things, like so much can flow and correct and come back together. So how does that do? How does it do it? That's what my brain always asks. And so I love being able to talk about it. Slim, the main ingredient is chromium, which enhances the action of your insulin. Insulin is a master hormone in your body. So it is communicating with your thyroid, it's communicating with your adrenal glands, it's communicating with your sex hormones, and it just has this whole feedback system. So if your insulin is working like it should, the other like hormones can start to balance out. So that is why, again, you'll hear all these stories about change with hormones or thyroids or your adrenal glands, your stress, your sleep. The other thing is it also has a prebiotic in it in the microbiome slim, which is food for your good gut microbes. So those are going to flourish and take root. And in hunger control slim, there's a fiber that helps you feel fuller longer, and also has like its own action in your body, which is pretty cool. Let's also talk about how when you have proper blood sugar balance, your metabolism is functioning how it should. You're going to feel more energy without anything artificial. Like that's just natural energy that your body's going to use because your glucose is coming into the cells and being used as energy. Did I say metabolism already? That's going to help correct. Your cravings are going to balance out. So you're not like going to a quick fix of a snack all the time when your blood sugars are more stable. And then inflammation. There's so many ingredients in here that help decrease inflammation in our body, which is also really, like, if you are searching symptoms from inflammation, so much can stem from that. So again, it's a powerhouse product. We have anything else like it on the market. And when you pair it with our ProBio 5 and our BioCleanse, that's a system called Triplex. And so ProBio 5 is a probiotic also unlike anything else out there. It will actually visualize it as like scrubbing your intestines. It is getting rid of all the harmful junk, any candida yeast overgrowth. It will, and that is really unique. A lot of times probiotics are just trying to fill it with good stuff. It's not removing the harmful, which is important. You want to have this proper balance in your gut. A lot of times we have more harmful microbes than good. So you can balance that out. Kara says, I like to call it my toothbrush for my gut. Totally. It also has digestive enzymes in there, which are super important to help your gut health. And I think Oh, and it also has beneficial strains. So some of the most well-studied probiotics that you do want are also in here. So it's going to also be filling your gut with good stuff. So it's like a 3-in-1 right there. BioCleanse then comes through and it helps detoxify your system because it's going to flush out all that stuff, keep you regular, like help with the bloating. It also creates an alkaline environment, which is important because pathogens can't exist in an alkaline environment. And it helps magnesium. A lot of us are deficient in that. And so again, there's like this whole cascade effect on when you improve your magnesium. So again, that's called Triplex. These three together, it's the foundational system, and it's one of the best starting points for you when you are starting this journey. And hopefully you have mixed up your drink by now and you are sampling it and enjoying it. We have multiple flavors. There's a limited time offer flavor of sweet tea out right now. Everyone is raving about it. Super delicious without the sugar that you don't want. And I think that's all I have. So I'm going to pass it on. We now have like multiple stories that are going to be shared. And I hope you tune in and hear how these products can help you.
Thanks, Hannah. Appreciate it. Can everybody hear me okay? Perfect. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize I was going to be on the road, but I wanted to share. I'm so passionate about these products. I didn't want to dip out. So I am a mama of two, PT by trade. And I just always thought the issues that I struggled with were normal. So when I was in high school, I had 3 jobs. I was homeschooled and I was tired and I was stressed because I thought high school was a big deal. And then I went to college and had another 2 jobs while taking an 18-hour caseload, and I was exhausted and I was tired. And since I was on my own, then I could buy giant tubs of cookie dough, which were delicious. And I gained all the freshman weight. And I was just craving sugar all the time. I was living on energy drinks and sugar and all the good stuff. And I went to PT school, and that was 3 years of more stress. And I held jobs on top of that. And I didn't sleep either. I was a big insomniac. So, but in short, one of my friends shared the products with me. I started taking them. I noticed that my sugar cravings were decreasing. I wasn't having the afternoon crash. The daily headaches, migraines that I had all throughout school, which I just kind of associated with stress, started to go away. And that is not something I signed up for the products with or for. It was just one of those things. I was like, oh, I'm actually falling asleep and I'm sleeping deep and I don't have to pop Advil every single day of my life. Like, it's not normal to carry that in your purse, guys. So that's my short snippet. Love you guys. Thank you for being on, and thank you for letting me share.
That was good. I don't know how you top that, Kristen. Thanks for sharing. I want to thank everybody for being on. We always appreciate when our friends and family show up for us, even if they've seen us 5 times or heard us, repeat ourselves, how much we absolutely love our pink drink. I tried the sweet tea yesterday and it was phenomenal. Definitely a new fave, but I started about a year ago taking the triplex. That is what I started with, and within the first week I literally started feeling myself, to my digestive system started to like take a turn, and I could start feeling my body literally begin to blow. And within 15-20 minutes after drinking the pink drink, it literally started subsiding. And then after that, I didn't actually even feel that transition anymore. It just wasn't there. And then the minimal amounts of being bloated, I still sometimes just don't eat right. So it happens. So then I just take a couple extra of my BioCleanse that day, and then it's gone, and I'm not miserable through the night and into the next day like I have been. I thought being bloated and tired and stressed all the time was just normal from being a mom and working full time and having a business and all the things. So I don't have that afternoon crash anymore. I don't have the constant bloating. I'm not fatigued anymore, and I feel pretty great. My mood is good. even more so than ever before. So we can vouch, my husband can vouch for that. So yeah, so thanks everybody for being on, and that's my little story.
Hey guys, I'm Carly Owens. Super happy that you're here. Hopefully you're loving the taste of the pink drink. So real quick, I started in May of 2021 because I slept terrible. I've always been an insomniac, have taken some kind of sleep aid from 18 years old up until now. And I had no idea that gut health and sleep were connected. And so after watching Kara for 2 years and kindly saying no, I started doing my own research and I saw that it was connected. And I was like, you know what? There's literally nothing to lose. Within 3 days, I was sleeping deeper. I was like shocked by it. Within 2 weeks, I did not realize I was chronically bloated, but the chronic bloat went away. And I was like, wait, this is how a normal body feels. And yeah, it's been incredible. There's countless more wins, but right there off the top of the bat, like my bloating is gone, I'm sleeping deeper. And now if I have any kind of sleep issues, like I'm still waking up feeling refreshed because my blood sugars are balanced and because of my pink drink, the thing that you are drinking right now. So would love to share more of my story, but so reach out if you need to and you want to hear more.
Okay, I know so many people that can relate to Carly with like just struggling to fall asleep, struggling to stay asleep, and not having energy the next day. For me, I thought energy and not having energy was something that was normal. I'm a very busy person. I am a very healthy person, but I work a lot. And I actually started the products because I was waking up like super bloated, and really gassy, and it would last a while, like for into the afternoon. And it was really uncomfortable. But when I started the products, within like 2 weeks, it was pretty much eliminated, or it didn't happen every day anymore. And it just got better. Since then, I don't deal with it anymore. But what really surprised me was after about 2 to 2.5 months, I wasn't dozing off at my desk anymore, which was really embarrassing for me to admit. But at work, I would find my eyes getting really heavy, and I would need to get up. I would need to get a drink. I would need to take a walk. I would need to chug a Bang energy drink. And I am happy to say after 2 months that I don't deal with that anymore. And that is just a blessing in itself. I didn't start for the energy, but I stayed for the energy. So I'm going to pass it off to Danielle. She's my best friend in North Dakota.
Thank you, Brianna. Hi, everyone. My name's Danielle. I started products quite a while ago. At the time, I was a full-time special education teacher, very much so like Brianna, go, 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 go. Had 2 little kids at the time. I thought a lot of things were completely just normal, like feeling tired and exhausted and all the things. I started products because I had terrible joint pain in my hands and my feet, and it was getting worse. And so that is why I started. Little did I know all the other things that I thought were normal that are not normal would improve. But I will tell you, the first 2 things that I noticed happened within the first month. About 2 weeks in of consistently drinking my pink drink, I went from starting my everyday with pop or energy drinks as caffeine to fuel me because I was so tired and exhausted and all the things. I went from drinking that every single morning and having multiple throughout a day to by like day 7, I didn't have one until like 11 o'clock in the morning. And then I noticed it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then by the end of 2 weeks, I had gone like an entire day without a pop. So that is the first change that I noticed. The second change that I noticed is that I was popping ibuprofen 2 to 3 times a day for the joint pain, just to keep things at bay. And I would say right around like week 3 to week 4, I noticed that I was not taking ibuprofen at all in the morning or in the afternoon. I would get all the way to bedtime and out of habit go to take ibuprofen and go, holy moly, I didn't have any today. So those are the first 2 changes that I like just noticed right away. It's going on 4 years, and I can tell you, I have a whole rap sheet of all the other things that are not normal that have changed for the better. since then that have nothing to do with pop and ibuprofen. So if you stick with it long enough, the things you start with will not be the only things that change. All right, I'll hand it off.
I'm not sure how you top anything that anyone has already said, but my name is Brittany. I'm a nurse. When I started Plexus, I only had 2 kids, but now I have 3. And I ignored my friend Lacey for a very long time. Anytime, like, she'd answer all my questions, and then anytime she'd say, "Hey, can I send you a sample?" I would just ghost her. So sorry, Lacey. But I was kind of a desperate mom that was running on very little sleep. Didn't have a lot of energy. I was crabby all the time. I was counting down the hours until bedtime or nap time, parenting from the couch. And I just didn't want that. Like, I wouldn't take my kids outside. I was tired, crabby, and just something needed to give because I wanted to be a better mom. So within a few weeks of starting the products, I noticed that I was sleeping a lot deeper, which was huge. I was noticing that I had way more energy. My mood had improved, which is something that my husband had said. He asked if there was something magical in these supplements. And then, of course, everyone always wants weight loss. So right away, I didn't notice the weight loss, but my clothes were fitting better. I was so much more active with my kids. I wasn't trying to nap with them. I was no longer counting down the hours. Like, I was trying to keep them awake longer so that we could go outside and play. But that increased quality of sleep, the improved mood, extra energy, and my clothes were fitting better without the scale moving right away. And around, well, a couple months later, then the scale just magically was falling. I thought the batteries were dying. So I have stayed because I have been a way better mom, a way better nurse at work, a more present wife and mom and friend, and the community that surrounds you is just ever forgiving and so loving. I hope everyone is enjoying their samples, and thanks for letting me share my story.
Hi guys, I'm Lacey, the one Brittany ignored for a long time. Another North Dakota girl. I actually started the products for my son, who was 5 at the time. He had cerebral palsy, like a feeding tube, lots of challenges, but with any kid that has neurological disorders, a lot of times going to the bathroom is really difficult. And the only thing anybody would tell us that would work is Miralax. Like, that was kind of the gold standard, I guess. And so we did that for years and years, but I just wasn't real happy with the ingredients in it. And it would help him, but I felt like I always had to give him a lot, especially as he got bigger. And so I saw a post about the probiotic, and I was like, gosh, and the BioCleanse, saying like how it helps so much with constipation and pooping. And so I'm like, these are natural. What am I out? Like, if it doesn't help him, it's not going to hurt him. And there's a 60-day money back guarantee. I'm a PT by trade. And so I do remember telling my husband, like, even though there's this money back guarantee, like, I know, give it time. And so I had kind of committed to doing it for at least 3 months, just to give him time to or just to give us time to see any changes. And I kid you not, guys, within the first month, because I was super skeptical, I kept him on Miralax, but I slowly introduced, we did the triplex. And so I slowly introduced that, but honestly, we got kind of lazy as time went on. And by the second month, we were just like, well, we want to know if this is helping. Like, is this working? So we totally cut out Miralax. We just did the Plexus supplements, and he was pooping like clockwork, you guys. Like, we would feed him, and within half hour to an hour, he'd have a really nice bowel movement that didn't stress him. He wasn't arching his back. He was just like cool, calm, collected. And all of a sudden we were like, he pooped. Whereas before it was like painful. He would be really fussy, sometimes for days. I remember Sundays, we like couldn't wait to go to work Monday because we could take him to daycare. Like, that's how bad sometimes our weekends got if we skipped doses or whatever of the Miralax. And we also noticed it helped a ton with his acid reflux. And that's not something that I even like going into thought of, but he would vomit multiple times a day from his feedings just because he was premature and had really terrible acid reflux. And so for us, we did a total 180 with him. Like, he pooped like a champion. No more vomiting. I wasn't having to clean vomit out of a wheelchair. If you've ever cleaned vomit out of a car seat, it's very similar. It stinks. But we've stayed with it because it helped him so much. And then the rest of our family has seen so many benefits after that too. So I'm going to hand it back to Kara.
Thank you guys for sharing, and thank you for staying on a little bit later. I'm actually really impressed that we had 8 ladies share and we only went 5 minutes over. That's pretty darn good, I would say. So thank you for coming on, and I hope that you enjoyed your sample. If you have questions about specific stories, or nobody said anything about this, but will it help this? Like, reach out to the person who invited you, who sent you the sample, and we would love to answer your questions. And so hope everyone has a good night. Thank you for your time. Bye.